What is up, guys? So we're back. We're going to test Rust on the new MacBook Pro M5, and some good news, some bad news, but first the good news. The game is still supported natively for ARM on Mac, which is crazy because they are working on an ARM Windows version, I believe, but there's funnily enough more Mac gamers on ARM than Windows gamers on ARM right now, so that's why, I guess. And guys, let's have a look at the settings. I'm using similar settings to last time on the M4. They changed a lot in the game, including the menu, so I'm not really sure if it's exactly the same settings, but it should be pretty close. And of course the image effects are often experimental, but there we go into the bad news. As you can see, the frame rate is worse, a lot worse actually than on the M4, and of course a different area, but I've tested multiple areas as you will see in the video. It's a similar story. So yeah, that's not really fun, but there's also some good news on the bad news. If you set it to low, then you're way above 60, and actually there's a little bit of lower frame rate in the video because of the recording software and the tool that I show on the right. They eat a little bit of CPU and GPU, and so it's actually a little bit higher if you play yourself. But and I don't know, does this looks worse than the M4 on whatever settings I use there? I'm not really sure. I think it does, to be honest. I think it does, but I'm not sure. That's the problem with live service games, I suppose. They get updated constantly, and maybe they get graphical overhauls or tweaks or twiddles. It is in different map, by the way. As you can see, a lot more FPS still on the low settings right now. And this fool wanna kill me, but that's not happening. I'm gonna dip, but yeah, it is what it is. It still also, by the way, still uses a lot of memory. Like you can see, 19 gigabytes for the app, and then 6 for the memory, which is on low settings, by the way. So it's going up if you're gonna go high. If this is your main game, you actually want to make sure you have 24 at least, but 32, really 32. Like that is what is needed for this game, especially if you wanna get the M5 Pro, the M4 Pro, the M4 Max, M5 Max chip. They need more memory because they can actually utilize more graphics, right? So this chip is capping at low, which is sad, but it is playable, and it looks, I mean, it judge for yourself. I mean, it's not the ugliest game ever, and here I'm trying a little bit lighting, but doesn't seem to matter a lot. And this is more the performance that I was used to on the M4, so I don't know, but this is the M5. It has a lot more juice in it, so I don't know. If any of you guys play this game, let me know what happened. Is there graphics overall? Are the assets more, have more polygons or stuff like that? Because that's what it seems like to me. And by the way, you gotta keep in mind I'm playing on small servers, right, with low player population and smaller maps, because the bigger maps, like, listen, the reality is it uses more memory, and the computer cannot cope. If you use a large map with 200 players, it's just gonna crash. So that's why I said if this is your main game, you need more memory, and also you kind of need the Pro or the Max chip, because it will work. If you just want to see it a little bit, it will work, but it's not the best experience. And by the way, this is a place where I've been on the M4 actually, so we will compare it later in some different video where I compare the performance of the M4 and 5. But I believe, I'm not sure out of my head, but I believe I'm at the same or lower frame rate. And you gotta keep in mind, this is on the low preset still, so if I compare it, it'd be interesting to see if it actually looks about the same or worse. But later I'm gonna set it to the similar settings again, but it's from the top of my head, so maybe I do things a little bit wrong, but just to see, because this is a nice place, and I remember that it was like 70 FPS here, but now it's 90 on low. But if I put it back on the similar settings that I believe was on the M4, then you'll see that we're back in the 60s, which is fine, but this is the limit, right? So not ideal. I don't know what happened, guys. I don't really play this game. Everything changed, the menus and stuff, so let me know if you know why the performance is worse. At least it's natively supported. I'm happy with it. So see you for the next one, guys. Bye bye.